Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Mint Cooperative. It is live on Kickstarter now, and this is by the folks who've made Mintworks and other Mint games, and designed by Jonathan Gilmour, who I worked with on Heroes and Tricks. And Mint Cooperative is a cooperative game where you are trying to thwart nicotine or gingivitis or gorillic from taking over Mintopia or Mint City or whatever. And it's all sort of mint and flavor and cinnamon and gummy bears and all that kind of sort of candy themed. And of course you have your mint pieces. And this is a cooperative game, as I said, where you are trying to survive. Basically you have a villain, and the villain is taking over the town. I'll go through the mechanics in a second. And there's basically threat that's building up to the town, and when this goes all the way through, they win. Or there may be other conditions based on the different bosses in terms of what's going on. So the premise here, though, is that, well, I said the premise. Mechanics, what's going to happen is you're going to roll 4 dice, and then essentially you're going to go around the table and each player is going to pick a die. And it's cooperative, you can talk about it, but the dice do different things. And actually at the start of the game, based on who you are selecting a different colored character. Say, what is this? Fantastic Freshman, or Freshman, or the Citizen Cinnamite. You are going to start in the world, and you're going to be in the world on different of these places, and you will actually be moving around from location to location in order to add mints and build up your mint protection, which are these white mints. Everything's open to mints. But so like, if I get a 1, so here are my 4 dice. If I draw 1, and I say I'm going to use the 1, I get to put a mint where I am. 2 is 2 mints. 3 is move and place a mint. 4 is relocate and move the mint, the panic meter down. 5 might be your special ability, your heroic feat. And 6 is the special that's related to the specific character in the game. Everyone also has a stunt card, which has a number, which is a special ability if you pull that number. So basically, you're sitting there and saying, hey, how are we going to build up mint on the board? When you get to your last number, you're basically going to stop. You're going to all discard your mint cards, and then essentially you'll roll. And this is both doing your opponent's, the bad guy's turn, as well as starting your turn. So you're going to roll, and based on the numbers, if they're all low numbers, then and no doubles, then you are going to, nothing bad's going to happen to you. But if you have a number over 3, you'll get 1 bad thing happen to you. If you get a number over, you get doubles where they could be double 1s, but one of the numbers is over 3, then you would get 2 trouble cards, and you could get up to 3 trouble cards if you get a triple. How does trouble work? Well, trouble is a card that comes out. It looks like the layout of the board, this shape, and basically it says remove 1 mint from all these locations, and you're going like, do, and you're removing it. Some of them say remove 2 mints, some of them say remove 3 mints. On these locations are warnings. The warnings, if they get revealed, you have to add panic, and basically the more depleted a city is, the more panic it will add. Also, there are these mayhem cards in here that may all be in the same place, I'm not sure, somewhere in here. And they give you a panic for everything that goes on. With some of the more advanced characters, there can be event cards, and they happen at certain locations on the board where essentially the garlic is listed. And the way to win is essentially to survive and last through the 3 mayhem cards without losing. So, and so that roll you did also then is the rolls you pick from, and in some ways the higher numbers mean you get cooler abilities, which probably meant more damage was done to you. So the core mechanic of the dice selection, rolling, and the balance between the damage it does for the bad guy and the value it is to the player is super great. It's really smart, really well done, pro little mechanic there. Everything else is fine and works. I think one of the challenges I have with it that isn't a huge problem because it's a small cooperative game in a mint tin, but I think over time I've grown a little bit more hesitant for games where the win condition is effectively outlast and survive. There's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of games that do that. You may, in fact, like it. But like as a player, just sort of surviving you know, isn't that aspirational. And it's not, you know, I forget what his zombie game was called. Ever night, not ever. I don't remember your game. I'm sorry, Jonathan. His zombie game is survival, but oozing with personality and other things going on. So here, it's pretty, you know, it's cute, but it's the mints, and I think just surviving feels a little bit light. I would like to see, and there's plenty of opportunity because it is a Kickstarter, some sort of goal or win condition cards that get doled out. So there's something that we can do as players, which you know, we have some agency and control over, as opposed to just managing it. And I also think it can be a little bit slow at times when you're just sort of waiting to draw the mayhem cards. So I think those are my two criticisms. It's a small game, and I'm sure that some of that development will continue along the way. But thematically, it's cute. Love the mint. Fits nicely. It's super tight. They got to, you know, there's not much room for anything else in this box from what they have. But I dig it. So this is Mint Cooperative. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.